Cost of living pressures have been building in Australian households, taking another hit from yesterday's rate hike. The financial misery has dominated headlines and places the kind of stress on families that's hard for children to ignore. So how do parents reassure kids and address their fears? Welcome this afternoon to parenting expert Di Wilcox. Di, parents would like to shield their children from stress caused by financial pressure. Can you? Is it wise, or is it simpler to pretend that it's just not there?
Look, when we have financial problems, there are common feelings of anxiety, blame, fear, resentment and confusion, and children will sense their parents feeling this. So while financial problems are something the parent is responsible for solving, there is merit in gently explaining to your children that you're not angry or stressed because of them. You have a few adult worries about money that you're working on to find a solution for, and let the child know that they don't need to worry. You don't want to blame the child. It's not their fault, and you are working through it.
So how should parents do that and address it in a way that puts their children's minds at ease?
Here's the thing, even though we tell a child not to worry, they can have really wild imaginations, and they too can become overcome with feelings of stress and anxiety. So we do need to take the time to listen to their worries, even when we have worries of our own. So a really great conversation starter that we teach in our workshops is using a worry ladder. So on a piece of paper, children draw a ladder with 10 rungs, and each rung has the numbers 1 to 10 with 10 on the top. And you ask your child to think about what worries them about the family having these money worries, and ask them to write their biggest worry at the top of the ladder. You then want to sit down with your child and discuss each of the worries that they've written down and help them put these worries in perspective. And if they need to, talk about worst case scenario and let them know that even through worst case scenario, they're going to be okay.
What about parents? Because most parents know what it's like to lose their temper when they're under pressure, but how can mums and dads manage their stress, Di, and not take it out on the kids?
Or it can be a hard one sometimes, but the best way to prevent yourself from losing control is to know what triggers you and recognise when you feel yourself about to lose control. And when I'm talking to children, I often talk about there's a volcano in your tummy and you can feel it starting to bubble and start to rise up. Now, different strategies work for different people, and you may have to try a few different things before you know what works best for you. But things can include closing your eyes, counting to 10 and waiting for that feeling of wanting to explode to subside. You can find a space on your own, which is sometimes difficult with young children, but you can self-talk yourself through an angry feeling as well. And, breathing is really important. Take deep breaths from your belly. One of my favourite, which is sometimes hard to do, is take a bath, take some time out for yourself, go for a walk or a run. But choose a strategy that works for you. And a great thing is when you're doing these strategies, you're role modelling to children about taking control of your anger.
Some useful strategies. Di Wilcox, thank you.
Thank you for having me.